Wednesday, August 18th, 1943. Dear Kitty, the title for this piece is The Communal Task of the Day, Potato Peeling. One person fetches the newspaper, another the knives, keeping the best for himself, of course, a third potatoes, and the fourth a pan of water. Mr. Dussel begins, not does always scrape well, but scrapes incessantly, glancing right and left. Does everyone do it the way he does? No, and look here, I take my knife in my hand like this, scrape from top downwards. No, not like that, like this. I get on better like this, Mr. Dessel, I remarked timidly. But still, there is the best way. But do canst take dies from me. Naturally, I don't care a bit. Aber du must know for yourself. We scrape on. I look shyly once in my neighbor's direction. He shakes his head thoughtfully once more. Over me, I suppose, but is silent. I scrape on again. Now I look to the other side where Daddy is sitting. For him, scraping potatoes is not just a little odd job, but a piece of precision work. When he reads, he has a deep wrinkle at the back of his head. But if he helps prepare potatoes, beans, or other vegetables, then it seems as if nothing else penetrates. Then he has on his potato face, and he would never hand over an imperfectly scraped potato. It's out of the question when he makes that face. I work on it again, and then just look up for a second. I know it already. Mrs. Van Daan is trying to attract Dussel's attention. First, she looks in his direction, and Dussel appears not to notice anything. Then she winks an eye. Dussel works on. Then she laughs. Dussel doesn't look up. Then Mummy laughs too. Dussel takes no notice. Mrs. Van Daan has not achieved anything, so she has to think of something else. A pause, and then, Putty, do not put on an apron. Tomorrow I shall have to get all the spots out of your suit. I'm not getting myself dirty. Another moment's silence. Putty, why don't you sit down? I'm comfortable standing up and prefer it. Pause. Putty, look despacieux. You are making a mess. Yes, Mommy, I'm being careful. Mrs. Van Daan searches for another subject. I say, Putty, why aren't there any English air raids now? Because the weather is bad, Curly. That's their nicknames for each other. But it was lovely yesterday, and they didn't fly there either. Let's not talk about it. Why, surely one can talk about it. One gives one opinion. No, why ever not? Do be quiet, Mama Chien. Mr. Frank always answers his wife, doesn't he? Mr. Van Daan wrestles with himself. This is his tender spot. It's something he can't take, and Mrs. Van Daan begins again. The invasion seems as if it will never come. Mr. Van Daan goes white. When Mrs. Van Daan sees this, she turns red, but goes on again. The British do nothing. The bombs explodes. And now hold your tongue. Don't so much. Mummy can't hardly hold back her laughter. I look straight in front of me. This sort of thing happens nearly every day unless they have just had a very bad quarrel, because then they both keep their mouths shut. I have to go to the attic to fetch some potatoes. Peter is busy there delousing the cat. He looks up. The cat notices. Pop. He has disappeared through the open window into the gutter. Peter swears. I laugh and disappear. Yours, Anne. So the cat comes and goes. I'm interested in the cat. Wednesday, August. That was Wednesday, August 18th, 1943.